Yeah. Yes.
Let me go. I am not a hip hop aficionado, but I am honored to have a legend in like Ice Cube. Yeah, the Big Three championship game and the All Star game will be this Sunday. UCF Edition Financial Arena. Is Dwight Howard going to be in the house?
Dwight Howard will be in the house.
Dwight Howard will be there playing in the All Star game. Of course, the championship game between the Chicago Triplets and Miami 305. That'll tip off, I think, at 4 o'clock. The All Star game is before that. You can get your tickets at Ticketmaster. Obviously, Ice Cube founded the league 8 years ago. The world famous rapper, actor, entrepreneur. How's the league doing?
It's great.
Yeah.
First game is at 2. And championship is at 3, actually.
Okay. All right.
Doors at 1. But it's been amazing. People really love the league. I did it, people think I did it for me. I would have saved a lot of money if I did it just for me. But, it's for everybody. It's for sports fans all over the world who used to hibernate during this part of the year when the finals is over, the NBA finals, and you're waiting for NFL to start. So I got sick of hibernating for those 10 weeks, man. I'm like, man, we should have a cool sport in here. And we go Big 3, 8 years, really 9 years, because we didn't have a season during the pandemic. So
I saw the TV ratings are doing it.
It's crazy,
right?
It's very, very cool to have a sport that's on the on the upswing. Some sports they're dealing with declining viewership numbers, so we're growing. That means people really like the sport, want the sport, and when they see it, they stick.
Who's your biggest competition right now in the market? Is that the kind of thing that you worry about? Like, who do we need to beat out in terms of eyeballs, attendance?
It's really just who's playing at the same time we're playing. So it varies. Sometimes it's PGA, sometimes it's WNBA. We got lucky. We didn't have any NFL preseason games kind of, take viewerships. So it varies from week to week.
I was watching an interview that you did with somebody else, and they brought up a very interesting point. You're the first black owner or black-owned sports league, I think is the right way to put it, in American sports history. Is that something that you take pride in? Is that something that you just sort of tripped into? Is there any thought in your mind of the history-making aspect of what you did when you started this league?
Just slightly, but it's nothing to. It's nothing to hang your hat on. It's something to me that's cool. Only if the league becomes hugely successful like the NBA or something like that. Then you look back and say, hey, but we're still small. We're still maturing as a league. We still haven't got through our first decade, so there's a lot of work to do before I start taking a victory lap.
How has the NBA treated your league? Are they welcoming to you, or do they look at you as a maybe a future competitor? How do they look at you?
They've looked at us as a competitor from day one, which is a shame because we think we're extremely complimentary.
Right.
We think we answer a few questions that they had as far as what do players do when you can still play and there's no room in the NBA. So I think we solve a problem for them. But the top brass don't look at it that way. Now, players love us, coaches love us, GMs love us, owners love us. Owners wanted to buy into the Big 3, but they couldn't because of a bylaw that the NBA has saying you cannot invest in a competitive league or a competing league.
Right.
And so, that's the bylaw that keeps us from, living in harmony. They think we're a competing league.
You mentioned earlier you could have saved yourself a lot of money. How hard is it to turn a startup league into a profitable league?
Well, it's not easy. You gotta have people that believe in the sport, fans, of course, players, and then you have to convince sponsors and media that you're here to stay, and you're not a fly by night. And so it takes years to accomplish that. People are always watching, and they're expecting that it's not going to work because it's last league that really worked was UFC, and that was 20 years ago. So it's rare, and it was cool. I think we hit a sweet spot with the big three. Time of year, we're not introducing a game that's unfamiliar, so it's just professionalizing a game that we already know, and then add wrinkles that sets us apart from any other league, like our 4-point circles, and bring the fire where a coach can challenge a foul once a half and say, let them dudes go one-on-one. Let's see if it was a foul. So cool little rules like that you can't do in the NBA. So it's working.
I don't want to be presumptuous, but can you stick around for another segment?
Of course.
All right. Well, we'll do exactly
about
that.
the Raiders.
All right. Some LA talk, perhaps. Ice Cube is in the studio with us. Game On continues in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Ice Cube hanging out for another segment right here on Game On.
Yeah, working on this league is.
Seems like the NBA.
Time to build a bankroll ahead of football season, and Hard Rock Bet is the place to do it. There's never been a better time to sign up with Hard Rock Bet than right now. Why? Because new customers that bet just $5 get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That is how you build your bankroll ahead of football season. If you're ready to roll, sign up today. Hard Rock has also been dropping the 100. This is pre-built parlays boosted to 500% right on your home screen. The first 100 to bet it are locked in, and then it goes away. So much fun if you like a moonshot. Head to Hard Rock Bet and roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. Sounded natural. How you doing, Brady Kravitz?
Joe Heck,
Pleasure.
live reads, man.
Hey,
I'm sad, man.
officially, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Mr. Cube, is that what you go?
Just call me Q.
Yeah. You guys have been giving away tickets and stuff, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
I gave away a ton. I actually got an email from our
How's
promotions
Light
director.
You've been
She was
great,
like, all right,
man.
you can stop.
I thought. What's up, Dennis? Good to see you. I thought he was gonna be, it's like one of the biggest stars that ever had to play. So I thought he was gonna come with like this,
Attitudes.
a million demands, and complaining all the time because it's not
Right.
what the NBA was, and this, that, and the other. But none of that. He's gonna just like humble, very happy to be a part of it. He sees this as a way to be understood a little bit.
Right.
He feels misunderstood, and I think he appreciate the fans more now.
Right. He just got inducted into the Magic Hall of Fame. He was great there. He was, as you mentioned, humble and just appreciative of it.
Mature, and really into he's a Christian, so he's really Bible heavy, praying, all the cool stuff to keep himself.
Right.
He's a good example of a guy that just, I think these guys turn pro so young and so much is expected of them. At 18 years old, if I had the spotlight on me, I would have been a disaster. Is that the goal? Is the goal of your league? I didn't want to ask you this on the air because I feel like it comes across the wrong way, but is the goal of your league to be a home for retired players that are still good enough, or do you eventually want to get to the point where you have younger legs?
Players, we got young players that's emerging. They just not as good as that.
Like once these guys touch the NBA, it's just a different level.
They just know every trick of the trade.
Yeah.
And they know how to get a bucket. And they still know how to use every trick. They just can't play 82 games back to back, 3 in a row.
Right.
They can't do that no more. Full court. But once a week to 50, half court,
Right.
like all-stars.
You might want to step out of the studio. It's really dark in here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have 4 minutes.
Perfect. Man. I don't know if you heard enough, but I unironically love it. I'm watching that movie. I think it's great. That creepy old man talking about Shimmy Shama.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself.
So I just said it, so I guess.
Yeah, so we do got some young players that's pretty good.
You have a lot of
They just
Let's can we move that Mills to a commercial break that is empty? That way we can usher these fine folks out properly.
Do you do Seminole twice?
They usually schedule it multiple times. We need to look deep into the 6 o'clock hour too, because sometimes they schedule them after we go off the air. Are we your last interview of the day?
no, still gotta I gotta go do some like local news here. Get the word out, you know.
Yeah.
What time's the All-Star?
The All-Star game is like 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
The regular game is 2.
Mike, I'll bring us back and tell people how they can get tickets.
Oh, we're going.
What's the get-in price?
What would you say?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's affordable.
Yeah, it's like, you know,
Affordable for families, I'll
Yeah.
call it.
you know, the lowest ticket price.
It's super affordable.
Lowest price gotta be about $30.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up.
All 830 of our famous footwear stores now carry Jordan brand. For Jordan brand footwear and accessories, from hats to backpacks to socks, for the full family at a store near you. Famous Footwear's in-store fit experts will help you find the perfect style and the perfect fit. Because every day, chance to make it famous. Come in and shop Jordan brand footwear and accessories at your local famous footwear store today.
We are Orlando's
Back in 1 minute.
broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game Studio. Brought to you by the Naylor Group, Orlando's home team.
Like, we get into 27.
Less than $30.
Yeah,
So,
less
we'll
Draft,
take it.
told you should have bought DraftKings stuff. Keeps going up.
I don't need DraftKings stock. I've got Kansas State -3
You lose
on
your
Saturday.
money on DraftKings. I make my money on DraftKings.
We should track bet. We should track
Bet
bets.
them for some stock tips. I bet you got.
I'm leave that to you, experts.
Experts is a stretch. Crazy.
People was giving me like I did this World of the Worlds movie, fucking 2020. It just came out. So people like, why did you shoot it like this? What is this? Bullshit, kids. Clowning me for. I always say, remember, I got paid to do that. You guys paid to watch.
That's great.
Who's actually the idiot?
The one and only, the legend in the hip hop world, famous actor and the owner of the Big Three League, Ice Cube, in studio with us here. Special day here to close out the week on Game On. Our very first week of this show, by the way. And you can head to the Big Three All-Star and Championship game for less than $30. Big3.com/tickets. It's big3.com/tickets. We've been giving away tickets all week on our social media channels and on the air. I even got I got an email from our promotions manager that said, "Will you please stop giving away tickets?" I was giving away. I'm gonna hit her. I will hit her back, and I'll say, "Ice Cube said I could continue to do it." So
you should reward your fans for listening to the show by blessing them with some tickets to the Big Three.
I get a little giveaway happy, so I think maybe that's what it is. So
And you know what you need to do, Q?
What's up?
You've got cities involved this year for the first time. What about Old Town?
Yeah.
Big Three franchise.
I heard you was putting a group together to buy a team. You know what I mean?
How much does that cost?
It costs a pretty penny.
Yeah.
About 15 M's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crafts?
Huh?
We can get we'll get a group together.
Put a group together, man. You know, this is the happiest place on earth. So have a team.
I'll see if I can talk to my people, see if I can get the 15. I have a better chance of getting you 15 M&Ms. But if you had to elevator pitch this league, which I'm sure you've done, what's the difference between 3-on-3 basketball and 5-on-5 basketball? What makes this sort of basketball unique?
3-on-3 is man on man. You know, it's fast and it's physical. You can't hide in 3-on-3. You can hide in 5-on-5. You can be just a specialist. You can be a 3-point guy. You can be a defensive guy. You can be a rebound guy. But with the Big Three and 3-on-3, you got to be able to do it all, or you're going to get cooked. You got to be able to pass, shoot, dribble, and defend. If you can't do all four of those at a high level, go join the little three, because the Big Three is not for you. So 3-on-3 basketball is for all-around players, not for so-called specialists.
Cube, you're a basketball expert. I'm gonna present you know Shaq,
Yes.
you know Dwight. We have this debate in Orlando all the time. Who's the greatest Orlando Magic player of all time? All right.
Yes.
And I've always been a Dwight guy. And I'm not talking about who's the greater NBA player. I'm talking about who is the greater player with the Magic. Dwight was here twice as long as Shaq. He was here 8 years. Shaq was here 4 years. Dwight's the all-time leading scorer, the all-time leading rebounder in Magic history. Dwight is the greatest Magic player of all time. Would you agree or disagree?
I'm going to have to disagree.
Okay.
I'm going to have to. I love Dwight. Of course.
And Dwight is known as a Magic player. Shaq is a Laker. You know it.
But Shaq put Orlando on the map. You know, without it.
There is that.
You know, Shaq he set the standard. Him and Penny set the standard. You know,
Okay.
high standard here. Went to the finals. You know, ran up against a buzzsaw called Hakeem.
Right.
Olajuwon, and
Right.
you know that and free throws in the first. And,
Bringing up Nick Anderson.
yeah, that rim had no control on it. It wasn't right. So, but you know, Shaq to me set the standard. I love Dwight. You know, he's great in his own right, without a doubt. And you know, these are two major pillars, and the reason why Orlando is great.
How's Dwight been in your league?
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know, dealing with a Hall of Famer and superstar like Dwight, that we would have to, you know, as I say, you know, have our, you know, diva repellent on, you know what I mean? But he's come in humble and happy to be a part of the league. I think he likes that he can really reconnect with his fans. He's a different Dwight than left Orlando. You know, he's a mature guy who I think the fans are going to really feel the love from him. And hopefully they show him the same kind of love.
I wish I had time to ask you all the questions that are rolling through on the text line, because we've got some good ones, but I'd be remiss if I didn't ask Ice Cube the exact same question you asked to me earlier in the show, Mike. You asked me for my hip hop Mount Rushmore.
Mhm.
My opinion on this pales in comparison to the man sitting to my right now. If you had to build the mountain, who are you putting on the hip hop Mount Rushmore, Ice Cube?
Wow. And I think you got to put Game Changers on the Mount Rushmore. So
You're a game changer.
You can put your own face on there. I'm okay with that.
I would go with somebody like Melly Mel. I think he's a game changer. Changed the trajectory of the music. Slick Rick, another game changer. Changed the trajectory of the music. Rakim, another game changer. And I would go with Chuck D, another game changer.
Wow. You went old school.
These are my heroes. These are the dudes who came before me. These are the dudes who got me into the game. When I wanted to start rapping. So yeah, I went with the OGs, man. Where else would we go?
Yeah.
I'll defer to you. Your list is great.
Hey, I'm curious. I was reading some stuff on you, and it says even when you were pursuing your music career, you still attended a college and got an architectural drafting degree or something. Or
Definitely not a degree. It's more like a certificate.
Yeah, okay, but
I did complete the course.
it was just sort of your fallback.
It was
plan.
my fallback, man.
How important is that for young people?
Dirty rhymes, they was hardcore. We didn't know anybody was gonna hear that outside of our neighborhood. So I had to have something to fall back on.
Do you tell kids today to have a fallback plan?
You gotta have a plan A, B, and C. And you gotta be passionate about pretty much all of them to really be able to pivot. So I wasn't gonna just put all my eggs in the rap basket. That's not a basket you want to put all your eggs in.
So
It worked out for you though.
You done any architectural drafting since then?
No.
He built the Big Three League, Mike.
Yeah.
What I really learned from that, it was a year, like a trade school. What I really learned from that was nothing stands without a plan. So,
Oh, wow.
You just
Quote of the day.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's a bar.
We got it.
Nothing stands without a plan. So you gotta have a blueprint. You gotta plan it out if you really wanted to stay up for 1,000 years.
Nothing stands without a plan.
That's great. We got to use that in the future. Big3.com/tickets. You can also get tickets right there at the box office when you walk up. Tickets, lowest ticket right now, just under $30 for the All-Star. Get you into the All-Star game and the championship.
Man, you can't beat that with a stick.
You kidding me?
Come on now, that's affordable. Talk about family friendly. It starts with the price.
And it's right here in our backyard at Addition Financial Arena. Ice Cube, you have been a phenomenal guest. Thank you for giving us so much of your time today. We really appreciate it.
Anytime.
Best of luck to you. Best of luck to the Chicago
Thank you,
Triplets and the Miami 305. Do you predict winners? Should we get a prediction?
I predict a great game.
Okay.
I predict a little trash talking. They might get in each other's face. Have to be separated here and there, but we're going to enjoy ourselves.
Ice Cube, ladies and gentlemen, big3.com/tickets. More game on coming your way.
Cube, that was Hundo.
Oh, you did it.
What is time?
What is it?
One hundo.
Well,
One
Mike,
Hundo.
One hundo.
Mike may